afternoon, South Africa, and a very, very, very warm welcome to you. My name is Jeannie D, and this is Afternoon Express, and of course, it is our sensational Tuesday cook-along. Another edition of the Afternoon Express cook-along, and today, Chef Zanele joins us as we cook one of her sizzling recipes. So, Chef Zanele swapped her career in the IT industry for a career in culinary arts, and what followed was a taste bud teasing business that saw her releasing her very own self-published book, which is a combination of the dishes that she's been demonstrating in her cooking classes. So thank you for joining us today. What made you decide to leave IT and then come and join the cooking world?
Oh, well, I always say my story is now boring. My husband can cook very well. So I got a challenge and I started cooking, and then I fell in love with cooking. And then I was like, I'm leaving the computers, let me go to the kitchen.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So we are making this delicious, the tastiest chicken and bacon fettuccine pasta, a recipe from your book. And I must say, chicken and bacon have to be the most loved meats in the world, and what a combination. So it makes perfect sense to put the two together for a magical dish.
Yes.
So tell us about your recipe.
Okay, we are making page 40, for those who've got the book already. It's chicken and bacon. But I twisted it a bit because we're going to make our pasta from scratch. We're going to make fettuccine.
Yeah.
Instead of penne, we're going to make fettuccine, and we're going to mix it with bacon, chicken,
Amazing.
and cream, and it's going to be beautiful. You guys are
I'm
going to
looking
enjoy
so
watching
forward
it.
to it. Thank you for being here. So if you want today's recipe, if you don't have Zanele's book, so if you want the recipe in the shopping list sent directly to your device, then simply SMS the keyword pasta to 33650. SMS is R1.50 each and no free SMSs apply. And of course, connect with us, please, on our social media platforms and let us know what you do to get yourself pumped before a good challenge. So, you know, what we do on the TV show, it actually started with two of my cameramen and I doing squats every day before the show. So now we literally have the whole studio doing squats with us just before the show. We started off with 10, then we went up to 20. The highest number we've done is 60, I think. Yeah. So the goal is to get to 100 squats every day before the show. So what do you guys like to do just before a challenge to pump yourself up? So tweet us at afternoon chat using the official hashtag Afternoon Express, and comment on our Facebook page, and we'll be reading your comments towards the end of the show. Now, our live stream is also up and running right now on YouTube, so you can keep your device handy in the kitchen, follow along live. If you're as useless as me in the kitchen, it's a big help so that you can cook along with us. Now, we're also doing a dessert.
Yeah.
I forgot. You see, when I go on a diet, I want everybody else around me to go on a diet. So tell me a little bit about the dessert that we're doing.
So it's a little naughty, little nice
Yeah.
Clover Pride carrot cupcakes.
Ooh,
Yeah, not too bad.
No,
Not
there's
too
vegetables
sweet.
in it, which
Yeah.
means it's high, it's healthy.
It's a salad.
Oh, definitely vegetables. So the keyword for that is clover, and all you need to do is SMS the keyword clover to 33650. We'll send you all of the details so that you can have the naughty and nice dessert with us. And now, on to our very, very first story of the day. The thrill of the Premium League in motorsports. Formula One racing went down this past weekend in the Mother City. The Red Bull Cape Town circuit brought all South African fans together to witness the thundering power of a Formula One car in all of its glory. Take a look at this.
Every year, Formula One visits 21 countries all around the world to show off the speed and thundering of their incredible cars. Now, although South Africa is not a part of the Grand Prix calendar just yet, we still can get up close and personal with the majestic F1 machines. Cape Town Red Bull Racecourse, I'm ready. Are you? What does this mean for the city of Cape Town? I mean, this is incredible.
Incredible, dramatic, the value of this for Cape Town, but also you're quite right, not only for Cape Town alone, but for the whole of South Africa, including the Western Cape Province, because we're part of the Western Cape Province. Look, it's a showpiece every city can dream about.
Rachel, coming to an F1 event, how do you prepare? How do you put together the perfect look?
I would just put on something comfortable, some nice sneakers, jeans, and a jacket, I guess, and mean, the sun's turned up for us today, so it's amazing. So it's great weather, great people, great vibes.
Today is amazing. You know, it allows a lot of Cape Townians just to have a touch point to a sport and a lifestyle that they've been following for a very long time at a very high level. So it's really great for the city, and so many people came out, man. So it's quite exciting.
This is again development. There's kids out here that would love to get into Formula One or love to get into motor or drifting, and this is a platform. This leads and kind of like sparks that passion for young and the youth of South Africa.
How do you prepare for an event like today?
Honestly, I just come from church, so I literally just came from church here. So this is my church look. Gotta look neat for God, right? Gotta put it on. Gotta put it on because He puts it on for you. So that's just me, man.
Actually seeing the car itself has really been amazing. And as you can see how many people came out in numbers today. Just imagine if we were part of the circuit of the Formula One. You can see just from this alone that the people are enjoying this.
An adrenaline-filled day as we stayed in the fast lane at the Red Bull Cape Town circuit. Here's to creating more magical, historic moments with Afternoon Express and Red Bull.
Now, award-winning actor Andre Lotter has been featured in various television, film and theatre productions. But it's his role as Rikus Kingsley in the popular SABC2 soapie Seven de Laan that catapulted his acting career and has made him one of our favourite characters on screen. Here's a snippet of Andre in action.
Môre, gaan dit hier?
Rikus, welkom terug. Hoe was België?
Lekker. Anders. Het jy my ma gesien? Sy antwoord nie haar foon nie.
Sorry.
Hoe gaan dit met haar? Ek het my dood gehoor toe ek hoor van die inbraak.
Ek is nie seker nie. Alexis sal beter weet.
Is dit hoe men jy vir familie voel? My magtig Willem. 3 vrouens alleen in 'n huis en dit pla jou nie. Ek gee nie om wat jy van my ma dink nie. Dis niks minder as decent om seker te maak sy is okay.
Die sekuriteitsmaatskappy patrolleer elke aand.
Dis nie genoeg nie.
Nou kom jy nie teruggekom nie. Aangesien jy so besorg is oor hulle veiligheid.
Want jy het my suster se hart gebreek of het jy vergeet?
Wow, dit help nie julle haap mekaar nie.
Ag, krou op man.
Oh, my magdag. Welcome na Afternoon Express.
Dankie. Lekker om hier te wees.
Well, of course, you've been here before. You were here 3 years ago.
Yeah.
To actually introduce the Kingsley family to South Africa.
It's been 3 years.
It's been 3 years.
Been 3 years on that
How's
show.
the 3 years gone?
It's been awesome. Rikus has been busy, like you can see. I've loved every moment. They've challenged me as an actor, and I hope there's still a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah.
I do, yes.
But today we want to find out about you. We're going to find out a lot about Rikus a little bit later. But today is all about you. So I want to know, where did you grow up and what kind of childhood did you have? Because, I mean, from what I read, you were a star child, a star pupil. Amazing.
I tried.
Yeah, head boy in primary school.
Yes, I was in 7 primary schools. There's only 7 years.
Why did you
in
go? I
primary
read
school.
that. Why were you in so many primary schools?
My mother and father divorced when I was young. I think I was 3 years old. So I travelled between my mother and my father and my stepmother, and went to boarding school for a while.
Yeah.
So travelling around, 7 schools. I think I was in the school for 2 years, and then the rest was like maybe 3/4 or
Really?
yeah.
So you were naughty and were getting expelled every couple of months.
That was not that. It was travelling. No, I wasn't naughty at all. I think I wasn't naughty. No,
well, no, because you were head boy in primary school.
Yes.
A head boy, deputy head boy, I think, in
of
high
sports
school.
in high school.
Amazing.
Yeah. I think I committed to all the projects at school. I was there like 24/7 between academics, sports, culture. I just did everything as kind of an escape as well. And so I think because of that, they just saw some potential in me, and I got stronger at everything. Yeah. So.
Looking at your school record, though, one would have thought that you would have gone into sports professionally. Instead, you went into acting. Why was that?
I actually wanted to go into sports. I really did.
You look like you could have played rugby.
I do play rugby.
Okay.
The Celeb 10s, yes, every year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I do CrossFit quite a lot.
Yeah.
So I do competitions in South Africa. Since I think it was before school, I started playing rugby, and that was my dream. My dream was to play rugby, either for the Springboks or Lions or overseas. And I think I pursued it until about, say, age of 21. And then my shoulder obviously got injured, and I just thought, I'm not going to do that anymore. Yeah. But I regret it a bit.
Is that
Yeah,
so?
I think I should have gone for it.
That's the thing with sports, though, is when you have one injury, it'll keep on ticking on you, because I don't know if you get enough rest as a professional
Look, at that stage, I didn't have a lot of resources in terms of training, in terms of supplements, or those kind of things. So I think for me, there wasn't really grounds for growth as much as there is now. Yeah. So I think I did it all on my own. And I think that, that put me back a bit.
Well, even though you're not a professional athlete, you still ripped like a professional athlete, as your wife so graciously showed all of us on Instagram. Have a look at this little picture. It was amazing. So you're happily married. Tell us a little bit about your beautiful wife.
Yes, we...
She puts that on Instagram and says, look what I get to go home to.
Yeah, I was preparing actually for a boxing match. Yes, I met my wife when I was actually in Standard 5. I was head boy, and I saw her, because her father's the local. He owns the spa, and he's quite a gentleman in the area, and so we knew about her, and we went to the same high school, and I think my best friend dated her best friend at a stage, and we got to meet, and we got a chat, became friends, and in 2003 I said, you're going to be my girlfriend.
Really?
And yeah, we've been dating ever since. I think we broke up about a year or two in the middle. She went overseas, and I went to study drama, obviously, and then got back together. 4 years married now. Going for 4 years.
And she's just stuck by you your whole life.
Yeah,
literally,
sometimes
your entire adult life.
I wonder, why is she sticking with me like that?
Why is she sticking with you? Are you very romantic?
She would say no, but I would say yes.
No,
I think obviously, yeah, I do what I have to, not have to do, what I want to do. But I think we've got an understanding, because we met so early in life, and because we know each other like inside out. And we grew together, although we not grew apart, but individually we grew, but together, we just find the time to understand each other, to ask questions, to be interested in each other's lives and careers. And she's also in the industry, but she's a wardrobe stylist. So I don't know, it just works. It's just one of those things.
That's how, that's why relationships work the way they do when they work.
Yeah.
It's because you consciously have to work at it every day to treat that person like the best person in your life.
I think also for me is I was always wanting like a family or a wife and kids. I think that's one of, although I'm liberal and I like, traveling and doing a lot of things, but I think from an early age I knew I wanted to be a father. I wanted to be
when are the kids coming?
Well, hopefully in the next year or two, I don't know. Yeah.
How many do you want?
I would love like a whole rugby team, but
really?
My wife says no, 2 is enough. So I was ready. I'm 35 and I was ready at 30, but I had to give her a chance, because she needs to make all the sacrifices. I don't have to.
Well, good luck. The show finishes at 5:30. You can go home and practice.
Maybe.
So I've heard that you had auditioned so many times to get onto Seven de Laan. Like, was it 5 years of auditioning?
6 years of auditioning. Wow. I did 4 auditions, didn't get it. The 5th one I got.
Yeah.
So, I met Henry Milne, who's a series director now. I met him in 2005. I was still studying education at UJ. And so I met him. I was part of like a modeling casting agency, and they said the one morning, do you want to go to Seven de Laan as an extra? I'm like, okay, cool, I've got time to kill. I went there, met him, and I started doing like private classes with him. And in 2006, I started studying drama. Yeah. So from 2010, I started auditioning for Seven de Laan. First part, didn't get. Second one, didn't get. Third one, didn't get. 4th one, didn't get. And I thought, I'm giving up on this. I'm not going, I'll never be on Seven de Laan. And a year went by. I was in Cape Town doing a corporate theatre, and I got a phone call from my agent saying, listen, you have to come to Johannesburg to do a callback for Seven de Laan. And I was like, but I never auditioned for Seven de Laan in the past year and a half. So she said, no, come back. I'm like, are you sure it's me? She said, yes, come back. So I had to change flights, pay the money and all that. Came back, it was the Thursday she called me. The Tuesday I had to do my callback. And I got the text and I started reading it, and something just clicked, and I was like, this is mine. And the funny thing is, 2 of my good friends also auditioned for the parts. Yeah. And so when I met them at the studio, I was like,
friends?
When I met them at the studio for the audition, there was a whole setup, like a whole setup of auditions. And I said to them, guys, thanks for coming, but it's going to be mine. And they're like, what are you saying? I just did it, and I just felt afterwards, yeah, it's mine. And the next morning, got the call, you got the part. So after 5 auditions.
And what a juicy role. I mean, in the 3 years that you've been on Seven de Laan, okay, let me think about this. You started off, you got testicular cancer. Mm-hmm. Then you joined a fight club. Then you died because you got eaten by crocodiles.
By a crocodile, yeah.
And then you came back to life and joined a cult.
A cult, yes, to find myself. Didn't find myself.
Oh, I mean,
and
really?
Then,
what a storyline.
It is hectic. It's fun. Like, the first year I was there, I was kind of not getting bored, but it's like nothing's happening with me.
Yep.
And then the writers and the producers said things have got to change for Rikus. He has to mature. So they have to put him in like pressurized situations.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And ever since, like for the past 2.5 years, I've just been telling the most beautiful stories, relevant stories. And the one that's coming up in the near future.
I heard there's a very big storyline for you coming up. Can you give us anything?
It's going to be shocking. It's going to be shocking.
More shocking than joining a cult and getting eaten by crocodiles and
a little bit more shocking than that, I think, in terms of the realness of it. And yeah, they wrote a beautiful storyline for me, which it challenged me, it really did. But I know something about the subject, quite a lot about the subject. And when I got the brief of the storyline, I was like, oh my word, I need to do my research. But luckily, I've got a bit of background on it. But it was fun. We're still continuing with it. It's going to be...
I can't wait to find out what this is
People
now.
got to stay tuned. It's hectic stuff coming.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. But there's more hectic stuff coming on this show as well, because a little birdie told me that Andre knows how to make his own pasta. Now, whether that pasta is good or not, we shall have to see after the break as we put his cooking skills to the test with Chef Zanele's delicious chicken and bacon pasta dish. Our guests on Afternoon Express fly domestically with Mango. Enjoy outstanding service, online check-in and seat selection. With the widest booking and payment options, Mango is the only airline globally to accept store charge cards as a means of payment. Fly in comfort with ergonomically efficient seats for more legroom aboard a fleet of new generation Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Join the guests of Afternoon Express and fly Mango. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. If you've just joined us, good timing because we're just about to get stuck in the kitchen. Now, according to Chef Zanele, many people appreciate the art of making good meals from scratch and breaking away with the ordinary. And with this food philosophy in mind, we are cooking her delicious chicken and bacon pasta recipe from her cookbook, Cooking with Zanele, which is a great book, by the way. You've got to get it. Now, it's simple, delicious, quick meals. And if you're about to cook along with us, SMS the keyword pasta to 33650 to get the list of ingredients and the recipe. SMSs are charged at R1.50 each. Free SMSs do not apply. And of course, we are in the loft with our favorite actor from Seven de Laan, Andre Lotter. So apparently, you know how to make your own pasta at
I
home?
do actually. I tried it twice. Once was a flop, and the second time was brilliant. So I hope the third time is also.
But I heard the first time the flop was actually with guests already at the house.
It was with guests, yeah.
You've got to do a practice one first, Matt Andre.
I was so confident that I would do do it. So yeah, but we ate it. It was edible, But the second time was a brilliant pasta. I think so myself.
Okay,
yeah.
well, look at
Also
him
for
bigging
guests.
himself up. So, how do we get started?
So we're going to start with our pasta dough and get that ball rolling, and then we'll hand over to Zanele. So what we've got is our flour. We're going to make a little well in our flour. You can roll up your sleeves.
I will roll them up. I'll roll them up.
Some help, because your hands are about to get dirty.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, make a little well in your flour, and then you've got some beaten egg. We're going to add our egg into that. Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
With that goes a little dash of olive oil. I've got some for both of us.
Thank you.
And a little bit of salt.
Mine is leaking.
Do you have to make the little well? What effect does that have?
It doesn't really, I think it's just to be fancy, quite frankly, but it all comes together. So now we just gotta, I don't know if you have any technique in your experience.
Just go for it.
Just go for it. Okay, so now the idea is just to get a nice, beautiful, elastic dough from this. And I think while we're getting started here, Zanele is starting on her bacon.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want help with that?
Yeah.
I think I've got it.
No, it's not on.
Okay. Can I steal your olive oil?
Yeah.
You want some of this?
Yep. Just to glaze my pan.
Okay, you can pour some of that into your pan.
Oh, is that the one?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Okay, you just put a drop of
I
olive
was
oil.
looking at this one to see if it was on. Oh, well.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, so what are we doing with the bacon? Just
We're
making
just
bacon?
gonna fry the bacon. We just
Okay.
glaze our pan. Not a lot of oil. We just so it doesn't stick. We just glaze it.
Okay.
Okay,
You
once-
use a very little lot, like
Yes.
a very little bit
Remember,
of oil.
bacon is already have fat, so it will just release fat anyway. We're just glazing the pan so it doesn't stick into the pan.
Now, why does bacon and chicken work as a good combo together?
Bacon has got its own flavor.
Yeah.
And chicken is
some
just
help?
yes, please.
I've got
Chicken is
clean
just. I believe you.
They're filthy. I was playing with the dogs for fun. I'm joking.
Yeah. It gives a flavor to your chicken, the bacon.
Yeah.
And
And gives it a bit of saltiness.
Yes,
eh?
yes. So when you cook with bacon, you don't actually need a lot of salt because bacon is already salty.
Amazing.
So what we're going to do, we're going to cook it. Once it's cooked, I'm going to ask you to chop it for me while I'm cooking the chicken.
Perfect. And are we putting in little bacon bits?
Yes.
Oh, stunning. This is going to be great. How's your dough coming along, Maestro?
I think it's a workout. So I'm getting my workout today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now
Well, if you want to eat the pasta, you've got to do the workouts. That's for sure.
I think you've got such a beautiful dough over there. I added a bit too little of the liquid, but yours is looking all good. Or maybe it's just the way you've man-powered.
Maybe it's that. I mean, women's got power, but I mean, I think I don't know.
Yeah, I think your hands are perfect for kneading dough because they look so big and strong.
Yeah, it's a lot of training happening with these hands.
Yeah, so the idea is just to knead it for a few minutes, and that is to stretch the gluten strands, and then we're going to let it rest a little bit. Let them relax, because otherwise if we roll them out, the pasta is going to keep springing back. And so we want it to rest, and then we cut it and boil it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now, I believe that you are very, very good with your hands. I heard that you can sew.
I do.
You can stitch. What else can you do with your hands?
I actually worked for an engineering company before I studied drama. So yeah, I did a lot of fixing things, designing things. Yeah, I can do that. I did carpenting at a stage in my life. Helped my wife with all her stitching for her clothes. She's a
You can actually sew.
I can actually sew, stitch. Yeah. Yeah.
So I believe you can also juggle.
I can juggle.
Not just juggle all of the amazing things that you keep busy with in your life, but actually juggle. What's your amount of things to juggle?
No, only 3. No, I'm a beginner.
Okay.
They taught me in varsity, and I can still only juggle 3 objects. All right, guys and girls?
Should we get out of the way?
I don't think so.
Okay. I can only juggle 2 things in life. I'm basically like a man. Can't multitask.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you see? So the 3 ones are like this.
Woo.
So you have to first just get the gist of it. Boom, 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 boom. You see?
What's the secret to doing the 3?
So the 3 is, what they taught me is like, okay, cool. And we had to balance on a plank on a cylinder.
Really?
So I had to balance like this and then juggle. And so The first one is you throw it up, straight up. So you don't throw it like that. You throw it straight up, you see, or maybe more towards your left hand
Wait, let me bring a third one.
Let's try, yeah.
Let me throw a lemon in here.
But it's maybe smaller because, I mean, this is quite...
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I can get smaller.
Yes, otherwise...
I've got some nachos. I'm ready for the cricket.
That's right. So the first one is you throw up and you throw it up. Okay, cool. So you haven't left this one yet. But what happens to this hand is when you throw it up, it moves to that side, you see. So when you throw it up, it moves to that side. And then you throw this one up just after this one. Up, 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 up. And then it happens. I can't really explain it. It just...
I really need to practice this. This is something I have to do. I've got to get it in my mind.
Sometimes when I learn my lines, I just go, okay, this is what I'm saying, and then I'm going,
really?
Yeah, and then I learn lines.
Okay, I'm going to try.
Because you have to focus, because a lot of people are looking at you, speaking to you, cameras.
Okay, my bacon is burning.
And now your bacon is burning. Look at us distracting you. Okay, let's quickly summarize what you guys have done while we've literally been playing the fool. So, to get your perfect dough, what did you add?
Just some flour, egg, oil, and salt.
And then a lot of kneading.
A lot of
big,
kneading.
strong hands. And then we've just fried some bacon.
Yes.
Perfect. Look at that. The smell coming out of the kitchen today is absolutely phenomenal. To get the ingredients list and link to the recipe sent directly to your phone, simply SMS pasta to 33650. And after the break, Chef Zanetta shows us her final magical touches for this pasta recipe. Connect with us on our social media platforms and let us know what you do to get yourself pumped for a challenge. I'm going to start juggling, and I think I can do this with one hand. Don't remember to include the hashtag Afternoon Express in your comment.
Okay, okay.
Our guests on Afternoon Express fly domestically with Mango. Enjoy outstanding service, online check-in and seat selection. With the widest booking and payment options, Mango is the only airline globally to accept store charge cards as a means of payment. Fly in comfort with ergonomically efficient seats for more legroom aboard a fleet of new generation Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Join the guests of Afternoon Express and fly Mango.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and of course we are back in the loft on our Tuesday cook along with talented actor and our favourite from Stephen DeLand, Andre Lotter, who is turning out to be a true talent in every way. Now, pasta dishes are one of those meals that even a 7-year-old child can make with ease. No pressure, guys. But why don't you go ahead and try it at home too? Get the recipe and the shopping list sent directly to your device. Simply SMS the keyword pasta to 33650. SMSs are R1.50 each and no free SMSs apply. So while you were away, we got cooking with the chicken. And they were obviously messing around, so they still haven't made the pasta. Okay, so what are we up to now?
Okay, now I'm cooking the chicken, as you can see.
Yep.
I use the same oil because I want that oil or the flavor from the bacon to go into the chicken.
Amazing. But we're not spicing it, we're not doing much, it's
I
just...
just put a little bit of pepper because we already have salt here. At the end, we'll season it just to see if we need to season it more. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to take out the chicken when it's cooked, and then I'm going to cook my sauce in here.
Perfect. All in the same
It's all
pan.
about the flavor.
Yeah, I like that. Clever. Okay, now you guys are going to be making your pasta.
Yes.
Now, are you doing it with one of those expensive Italian pasta-making machines?
No, we are using our hands today for this.
Well, obviously.
That's how I do it.
That's
literally
why
have
he's
the
here.
handyman.
Yeah, and it's also quite easier to control it on the thickness that you want your pasta to be. So you can either do like a nice thin fettuccine, or you can go tagliatelle, which is slightly thicker than this, and then pop it into your hot water, which I think is ready by now.
Yep.
Yep.
So which pasta do you make at home? Which is your favorite? The same as that?
The same as that. I just put, is it semolina pasta,
Semolina
flour?
flour.
I put that in as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gives it like a more like a texture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a bit more crisp.
Crisp, yeah.
You are so comfortable in the kitchen. It's so
I
nice.
actually am, yeah. I
I
love it.
heard that you once even brewed your own beer.
I did. For my 30th. I brewed my own beer.
You
About
were so handy to have
100
around.
liters, 100 liters of beer, and we drank up everything. Me and my friends, not me alone.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and it was good beer. It was a lager, and the other one was, I think it was an ale. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Very
got the present, had to make the beer.
So what else do you do in the kitchen? Like, what would you say is your speciality?
I think my speciality is like hearty food, like a stew. I think a stew is good.
Yeah.
I tried pasta, like I said, twice. Once a failure, the next one is fine. Tried bread. My bread is quite good, but I think a stew is more my
your thing.
my wheelhouse. Yeah, boiki.
Yeah.
Yo, now I can make a boiki.
Yeah, you look like you can braai as well. Can your wife cook, or do you do all of the cooking?
No,
at home?
she cooks wonderfully. We've got different schedules. Obviously, sometimes I shoot from 7 to 7, and then I can't cook. And then sometimes she's busy. So we take, the responsibility on, but she makes brilliant fish. I can't do it. It tastes bland. When she makes fish, yeah, I'll eat for days.
Fish is hard to do, actually.
She can do it, I know. It tastes, and she makes like a paella thing also, beautiful. And she can also make a mince.
I make
Spaghetti
a
and
great
mince.
mince. I make a wicked mince.
When I am tired from work, I'm like, baby, I need hearty food, and it's beautiful mince. She just flavors it. I don't know.
Well, I don't know why we're even chatting in this kitchen, because everybody else is doing... Actually, you are doing the cooking as well. Okay, so, but you look so comfortable with it. Now what happens? We've put some pasta in the pot already.
So that's going to cook a little bit longer than the usual instant pasta because it's freshly made. What you do with your dough is roll it up and then top off the ends like that. And then you can decide the thickness that you want. You can go parpadelle,
Parpadelle.
which is thicker, or fettuccine,
I
or
love it when you
tagliatelle.
speak foreign mode.
I try. Okay, so
Parpadelle.
I'm going to cut that. And then you just hang it over a rail. Some people hang it over the ovens or anything like that, just to dry it out a little bit.
I don't know
Now,
that.
this is nice and garlicky. So now we're starting with our sauce. Yes. Do you want help here?
Yes, please.
I love hot garlic. Oh, there's something about the smell that just reminds me of Portugal.
It just changes everything.
Yeah, it really does. Okay, what are you throwing in there?
Cream.
Ooh.
Okay, first I melted butter, garlic, and then now I'm going to add cream.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, what a good combo.
Anything
Butter, cream, garlic.
Especially when I'm on a banting diet.
Cajun spice.
Oh.
Just to season it.
Do you band? What is banting? You're allowed? No, but banting, you're not allowed carbs.
Not carbs, yeah. But the thing is, I vary my diet throughout the
How
year.
far are
depending
you
on
guys with my pasta?
Yeah, it's nearly done, chef.
Depending on what I train for, if I need to take my shirt off on 7 long, then obviously it's keto or banting. But when I'm training for like some CrossFit competition, I do some pasta and breads.
Amazing.
So yeah, it differs throughout the year.
Okay. And for CrossFit, you actually compete with like professional. Like
Yeah, look, I
CrossFitters,
do it
hey?
for the fun of it with my friends at ATG CrossFit in Randburg. So for me, it started out just as a training, discipline, and then I did my first competition. And because I am competitive and sporty of nature,
Sure, CrossFit works, hey?
it does. It does. It kills you, but yeah, the benefits and the results you get. I mean, I started CrossFit. I was in shape. Within, I think it was 6 weeks, I was ripped to shreds.
No way.
Yeah.
Why? What are the principles of CrossFit?
So
How
it
does
is-
it make you so ripped so quickly?
It's obviously a high intensity training. So you use weights, but you do it at a very intensive rate. So it's kind of like a WOD will be 15 minutes or 12 minutes long. But within the 12 minutes, you do so many reps and right after each other. There's no rest really. So
Okay, but now all of those pictures, you look unbelievable. But now if a girl does CrossFit, like if I have to go and do CrossFit, will I look dick?
no, not at all. The only way you build muscle like that is when you eat the amount of calories and you do supplements.
Are you in CrossFit shape now?
I don't know.
Let's see.
No.
Don't worry, we've got enough photos.
Yeah, you can't be in shape the whole year round. Well, that kind of
Says
shape.
who? Okay, so now we've added the chicken and the bacon to the delicious garlicky creamy mix. This is fantastic. Am I doing the right thing here? Just mixing it together?
You're just doing fine. You're stirring it fine.
Okay.
But we're waiting for the pasta and we're so ready for it.
Oh, you see, they've been slacking.
It's
I
flirting.
blame you. It's your fault.
See, I've been chatting, but I've still been working.
I've been rolling.
We've even made a little salad to go with your pasta, chef. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you 10 out of 10 just for
Thank
that.
Mustn't we mix this? Because it kind of, like, how does it not all stick together?
There's a little bit of oil in
Oh,
there.
actually, it's
to
perfect.
cleanse
It
the
hasn't
cooking.
stuck to each
Yeah.
other at all. Beautiful. This is really nice, actually. Oh, so what are the benefits of a homemade pasta as opposed to store-bought?
I think you just kind of have more control on what goes into the pasta itself. So you can make it with different flour, like Andre said, or you can even add some fresh herbs to it. Stage is yours with the pasta.
The stage is yours. Look at that. SABC3 is going to love that. Okay, so just to summarize, we've made this absolutely delicious homemade pasta. Then over here, lovely Zanella has put together all the chicken, the bacon, and then what was in that sauce again?
It's butter, garlic, and fresh cream.
Amazing. Wicked combo. And now you're going to mix the two together?
Yes.
Does the pasta go into that?
Pasta comes here just to cook in to get all the flavor, and then
that's it.
Bacony and chickeny.
Wow. That is absolutely delicioso. So to get the ingredients list and link to the recipe sent to your phone, simply SMS pasta to 33650. And for all of my dessert lovers out there, after the break we are making extra yummy carrot cake cupcakes with Chef Mo. Wow. Oh, delicioso.
What does it mean to be the face of Ponds? A few words come to mind. Empowered. Glamorous. With new opportunities. And if you think you have what it takes, simply enter by purchasing any Ponds product and visiting faceofponds.co.za to upload your photo, your bio, and the last 4 digits of your product's unique barcode. I am the face of Ponds. Are you?
Pompoy.
Bonvoy! Discover the new language of travel. Marriott Bonvoy. 30 hotel brands, endless experiences, rewards reimagined.
Clover fresh milk is way better. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. It's tea time now on our Tuesday cook-along with our fabulous actor Andre Lotter. And of course, the new Clover Pride fat spread is a delicious and tasty fat spread blended with Clover Olive Pride extra virgin olive oil. It is the hero ingredient in a softly spiced carrot cupcake for our cook-along dessert. We guarantee that these cupcakes are Moorish and will become a popular recipe for you to have in your repertoire. And that's the tea. So to get the recipe, simply SMS the keyword Clover to 33650, and SMSs are R1.50 each. Free SMSs do not apply, and they're definitely worth it. So, how good are your baking skills, love?
I like to eat, but I can't bake.
Okay.
Can't bake at all.
Luckily, we have Mo.
Yes.
Mo's our cutie in the cupboard. Who's gonna make it. Okay, Mo, how do we get these delicious... Oh, I love carrot cake. Do you know it's my favourite? Because it's not that sweet.
Yes.
It's just vegetable-y and tasty, and oh, it's my best.
And you can decide how much sugar you want in them or not. I always go for light brown sugar. Is
Yeah.
that enough?
That's enough.
And so we've got some eggs, some light brown sugar, and some of our Clover Pride that's been melted.
Yummy.
We're going to give that a good little whisk over there.
Go. Want me to whisk?
Yes, please.
I think you should be whisking.
Oh, yes.
Should I? Yeah, no, I'll
That's
We
be-
need to
your job
teach you how to
today.
bake.
Yeah.
Just in case your wife's got to
Yeah.
work extra late, and then if you come,
Right.
she comes home,
Yes.
and you've got like cupcakes made for her.
I'll probably eat them
You're going to
all.
have those kids quicker than you expected.
Okay, and then we've got some raisins here, all sultanas, and we're going to marinate those in some fresh orange juice. You can be a little bit naughty and do some dry sherry if you want.
Oh, yes.
That's just
What
going
does
to
that
give
do
it.
to them?
It's just going to give it a little bit of a kick, and also to plump up those raisins a bit, so that
Nice.
when you bite into the carrot cupcakes, you're going to have that nice little sweet raisin in there. Okay,
Delicious.
that's looking good. We can now do our dry ingredients, which is going to be flour.
Okay. Do you know that I once found, it was at Easter time, you know, when everybody has carrot cake, and I found a recipe that was a gluten-free, sugar-free, fat-free. It was unbelievable. Carrot cake is absolutely the best cake that you can get. So this recipe is absolutely... Oh, I can't wait to get stuck into it. Can you tell how excited I am? I never get
Love it.
excited over cakes, but this is the best. Okay, so what is that?
So we
flour.
need to make flour, a bit of baking powder and bicarb, and this is a bit of cinnamon.
What does bicarb do, or is that a silly question?
It's also like a raising agent.
Okay.
So it's going to...
Like a yeast?
Like a yeast. It's going
Okay.
to help it and also make it a bit lighter, so it's not going to be so stodgy. Mix that well together. You can add some nutmeg if you want as well. We can mix this in now.
Should
So
I
you
just
can-
continue mixing with this?
I'll give you the spatula.
Okay.
Maybe that might be easier. Okay, and then we're also going to go in with some desiccated coconut.
Delicious.
Yeah,
Oh,
for a bit of
best.
extra crunch.
Smell this.
We've got some fresh grated carrots.
Amazing.
You can also add a bit of apple if you want for a nice contrast.
wow, that
like
is
the,
nice.
The Granny Smith apple. We've got some chopped pecan nuts. You can also use some walnuts or almonds or any other nuts that you might enjoy. Okay, and then we've also got a few coconut shavings, which are toasted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So that
I
will
like the addition to the coconut, because that's not normally added into carrot cake, is it?
Not usually, no, but this is also going to help to make it slightly lighter and not as dense as they usually are.
Okay, so you can have a choice between making like quite a dense, moist cake or a light, fluffy one.
Exactly.
So why would the coconut make it lighter and fluffier? Does it aerate the
Yes.
consistency?
It sort of absorbs all of that liquid, so when it bakes, it sort of puffs up.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can go in with our raisins.
You need a cooking show, my friend.
I would love it!
You're doing a great job. Okay, and then we've got our...
I'm good at doing the cleaning. Everybody else is good at doing the cooking.
Then we can spoon those into our greased muffin tray with our
So this is good.
liners. That's great.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, I want to
It's
come and help with
perfect.
that.
And now what we do? Okay, you're going to do that.
Yeah. So we just spoon it into our cupcake cases.
Now,
Not
how
too
do you
full.
know how much to fill? Oh, I have to tell you a story. Sorry. I'm very good at making short stories very long. But the one day I was babysitting my godchildren, and the little boy said, no, help us make cupcakes. And I said, I don't know how to make cupcakes. So anyway, I went and I made the cupcakes. He kind of taught me how. And I put them in the oven, and I'd overfilled them. And then I left them in for too long, so that when I pulled them out, they were all burnt. And this little 6-year-old looked up at me so disappointed, and he went, you really didn't know how to do this. He was so disappointed in me. I felt so sad, like being judged so hard by a 6-year-old. But yeah, so how do you know how to fill? Because I tend to overfill.
So not fully to the top. You
Okay.
want to keep some space because there is some raising agent in there, so it's going to rise up.
Okay.
So don't overfill them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you know that I really like eating batter. Is it really bad for you? No.
Not really, but too much
Because of
of
the
a
raw
good
egg,
thing.
hey?
Yeah.
There's nothing better than cookie batter.
Mhm.
In this
Okay.
case, cupcake batter.
So once these are filled, you bake them in the oven for about 20 minutes, and then you do a little cream cheese frosting. We love cream cheese frosting.
cream cheese.
Bit of
Ooh.
icing sugar, vanilla essence, and that's it. And then here we have some ready-made.
Do you have a
ones.
piping bag or something for us to decorate?
Well, we had a spoon somewhere. I think we took it away. And then we have a little decoration over here.
Okay, well, let's get decorating. I've got a spoon.
You found a spoon?
I do not have one. No, I'm going to get one. Boom! The magic of tea.
Okay.
High five!
So that's a challenge. You can decorate the cupcakes the best. You have some
challenges.
some lemon peel.
Oh, from the start. Okay.
Yeah.
I really like the piping bag decorating things. I don't know why, it's just fun.
It is easier, but this is going to show some skill.
So what was this? What did you say it was? I wasn't listening. I'm terrible.
It's just some smooth cream cheese, some icing sugar, and vanilla essence.
Oh, that's so good.
I'm sure it's sweet enough.
Is it? I love cream cheese.
I like it not too sweet.
No, I
skinny
have
version.
Tangy.
You see?
Yeah.
Skinny version.
Not
just,
too much.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't have the skinny version. I've got the CrossFit protein version.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, and here is some little lemon peel to garnish.
Okay, this is not hot. Put it on there. Let's see. Let's have this.
Yeah. Let's see how chefy you can
You
be.
see, let me try and be.
Oh, man, I don't want him to steal all my cute blommies. Edible flowers for the cupcakes over there. Ooh, ting, ting, ting. Okay.
Boom. It's kind of like abstract art.
I see
kind
it.
of, I don't know.
Nice work.
Can
Well
I have
done.
one flower?
Yeah, of course. Here you go. Oh, how good are these? I'm addicted to these little carrot cupcakes. They're absolutely amazing. And if you want to enjoy them too, simply SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. And if you need to see this one more time, here's a quick recap.
Made with love by Clover.
It's a feast in here. So after the break, we taste all of the amazing food that we've cooked up in the kitchen today. And you can still connect with us on our social media platforms and let us know what you do to get yourself pumped before a challenge. Now remember to include the hashtag Afternoon Express in your comment. See you after the break.
Our guests on Afternoon Express fly domestically with Mango. Enjoy outstanding service, online check-in and seat selection. With the widest booking and payment options, Mango is the only airline globally to accept store charge cards as a means of payment. Fly in comfort with ergonomically efficient seats for more legroom aboard a fleet of new generation Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Join the guests of Afternoon Express and fly Mango.
Design made sublime. LG Article.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, this week we're featuring LG's incredible air conditioners. And apart from the premium Artcool range, they also have the smart inverter range, which features the same technology to LG's other home appliances. So it's able to adjust the speed of the compressor, which not only maintains a constant temperature, but also saves massively on electricity usage. Now, inside an air conditioner, there's this thing. It's a heat exchanger, which basically is important for the aircon to function, but becomes a breeding ground for bacteria and mold over time, which causes nasty smells. Like, you know that feeling when you go into like an old hotel and then it smells like muff? Well, that's because of that like hectic bacteria nest. So basically, LG's aircon range doesn't have that. They have a great feature built in called the auto cleaning function that prevents the forming of bacteria and mold on the heat exchanger. How amazing is that? So when you turn the aircon off, the heat exchanger is damp, and what the auto clean function does is dry the heat exchanger off to prevent mold and bacteria from breeding and reducing bad smells and keeping the unit fresh and cleaner for longer. Nice, Sam.
Yeah.
Speaking about all that, how about we taste some of this amazing food? So something else that a lot of people don't know about you that I found quite incredibly impressive is that you do a lot of motivational talks.
I actually do, yeah.
Who do you do them to, and why do you do them?
So because of the line of work, I mean, you travel a lot. So I saw kind of a gap in the market. There's underprivileged schools, underprivileged communities. Yeah. So sometimes you don't have resources like money or food. I mean, so I thought, what can I give back? And inspiration, motivation, just tell the kids that you mean something, you can do something, speak about a bit about myself. you know, how you have to achieve sometimes yourself. So I do it a lot in the Eastern Cape, Western Cape, and Southern Cape. And I do it sometimes with Theodore Jantjies as well, who's on seminar.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel it's needed, and we're working on something bigger to have more impact. So yeah, I think that's one of my goals in life, is to give back more in terms of motivation, inspiration, trying to help the kids. Because there's a lot of potential, but if you don't inspire them, it's going nowhere.
What's been the biggest or most important lesson in your life that you've ever learned?
The most important lesson for me, it's been an ongoing struggle for years. It's accepting your potential and just going with it. Because a lot of times you grow up and you see people around you and you think you can't achieve something because it's so far. I mean, if you when I sat at high school and I think about, I want to win an Oscar, I want to do that, it seems so far. But as soon as you do the little work, daily, monthly, weekly, and you look back, I drove the other morning and I thought to myself, wow, I actually came a long way since where I was. And it's because I trust myself now. I didn't in the past. I was kind of a rebel, not a kid, more a young man, angry at life. Why not this? Why this? And then I decided the only one who can make a change is myself, nobody else. Anyone else can do stuff around me, but I need to make the change from within.
That's an amazing lesson. Thank you so much for being such an inspiration, such a great help in the kitchen. And best of luck with your career and your motivational talks. It's a huge pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much.
Dankie.
Thank you.
Can't wait to be on Seven de Laan. Thank you so much for joining us at home as well. It's been real. Tomorrow we chat to Senamile Masango, the first black female nuclear physicist. We're also celebrating World Environment Day. So until then, good night, God bless, and happy eating.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.